We now start with the first category. And guys, let's talk about TTS engines. And I think that for us, though, whether one likes it or not, I think that the one that takes the cake, the king for TTS engine will be Eloquence, right? Because I mean, it's like resurrection of the Eloquence. You guys remember we had lost it some years ago and now it's back. And so for that alone, we want to congratulate both the developers, that's the folks from Codefactory, as well as bringing that Eloquence back. So I think that just based on that alone, whether you like Eloquence or not, I think this is something that worth taking the first position. And so for us as a BAU crew, we think this would be sitting at the top. Sally, let's start with you. How do you feel about this, regardless of how it behaves for you or not?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
not talking about how it behaves, but just
yeah,
in general, what it is.
absolutely. They are the winners this year. Like they came back. It was a really nice return. I was really missing that because it's like the history, the memories, and everything. It's one of the most responsible TTS engines that you can find anywhere. So I'm glad they are back. We were so nice. We were really happy that they were back, and we hosted them twice. Melanie and Xavier next, like they were here, and yeah, we talked about it on and off. Like we were so grateful that they returned. So I'm proud owner of the annual license. Though I cannot use it right now, I'm not gonna say how it behaves. I cannot use it, but I'm so proud that they're back and I'm using it.
There's something you mentioned there, the fact that the responsiveness. I think if there's anything that people like about Eloquence, besides those of us, some of our brethren that
Mhm.
have some hearing problems and are
Absolutely.
hard of
Mhm.
hearing, and this makes all the difference for them. Outside of that, the responsiveness, like you mentioned, Sally, is
Mhm.
probably one of the most important things here with Eloquence. And so it
Absolutely.
really doesn't matter the type of phone you
Yeah.
have that good experience, because I know people have been complaining about the lagginess of the Google TTS or some other TTS engines, and but most especially when the Google TTS is a default on most Android phones as it is. If one does not have something like Eloquence, for example, then they may be observing that frustration. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't. For me, Google TTS is just fine, but for a lot of people, especially the budget and mid-ranges
Mhm.
phones, the native TTS engine may not be all that kosher. And so to see Eloquence coming back, bringing back that responsiveness to the phone is worthy of the mention.
And what they did is really amazing that they really took things into account, the different countries and their purchasing power. And it's affordable for anyone in the world, I guess, here in Turkey, in the US, in Lebanon, on like even like in Nigeria, in India. There were a lot of controversies, especially for those living in India, but they did a great job adjusting the prices for them too. It's really, they deserve the award for this year, I guess.
Yeah, and here in the States, the annual subscription is 29.90, which is really good because that's where I was aiming for. I was hoping that they will do
Mhm.
that, and they did. And how about you in Turkey, Sally? What is it like out there, the subscription?
So in here in Turkey, the annual price is like 620, and let me convert it to the dollars. Like it's gonna be 15 US dollars. I think this is pretty good, and like no complaints from anyone using Eloquence here in Turkey. Like the price is really good. In the early days when they started as a beta, it was like three times more, but they reduced the price. I think they did the same in the US, more than two times. So yeah, it's really affordable now.
That's really nice. And because earlier on there was no annual subscription, it was
Yeah.
monthly, then they brought the annual and it was a little bit too high. And of course, a lot of people were crying about it.
Mhm.
And I'm glad they listened because you remember we had Edward on here, and
Yeah.
we talked about that, and he said, yeah, they were looking into that, and I'm glad they
Mhm.
did. And so, true to their word, they did that. Karine, how about you? What stands out for you? Do you affirm the things that we said, or is there something else that you think that stand out for you?
Well, I think that most people who use Eloquence like use it just for nostalgia. It's like I'm used to that thing. It reminds me of the old days. And JAWS users are already using Eloquence as the default TTS engine. So I don't know what's the point. Just people do like Eloquence so much. They are used to that so much. Maybe it brings them also old memories. Yeah, but for me, I'm the opposite. I just think that it was better to abandon this completely and put the efforts in something different. I know that there are people who are having hearing impairments, and maybe this helps them. I can't speak of other engines because, well, people who have the impairment are the ones who can judge this. But I think right now, with the advancements, with the progress that we are getting, it's better to try to strike a balance between clarity, between responsiveness, and between good quality voices. So I don't know, if you ask a sighted person to rate Eloquence, I think most people would say, what the hell? It's something really terrible. I mean, I was showing my nephew. I told him we have this this engine, and we are doing a giveaway, so people will get. He was like, "What? Who uses this?" No, shut it off. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, we can. So the point is really, I don't know. It's good. Codefactory did a good job. They just. I want also to say that yeah, I'm with you in the point related to their plans, subscription plans. If I tell you what's the price here, many people will be jealous. So
That's okay. So let's mention what it is in Lebanon, because we want our Lebanese brethren to be able to get it.
okay, so the annual subscription is $3.8.
That's really beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
So in
is.
Lebanese currency, that translates to what?
We don't. Google Play doesn't use Lebanese currency here because of the fluctuations and the issues that we had with the Lebanese pound currency. So it's usually using the dollars. But if you want to convert it to Lebanese currency, it will be about 400,000.
Oh my gosh, that's almost a millionaire.
Because each dollar is 90,000.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's really good, though. I'm glad that is that way for you guys. At least we're talking annually here, and that's really good. And I don't know how easy it is to get money, but that sounds like a lot of money. 400,000, almost 400,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, but this is because of the state that our currency is in. So this is because we had a terrible deterioration of our currency. So for that reason, people who hear that 100,000 or something would feel like it's so much. But actually, this is because our currency became so weak. And it's now considered stable comparing to how it was before. I mean, it reached more than 120,000 for the $1, but now it's stable. However, I think even with this, the price is really reasonable. I think most people will be able to afford it. The Eloquence subscription, there is nothing that I can complain about, and I just subscribed just to say thank you. Actually, I'm not going to renew, to be honest, because I don't really use Eloquence, but it's something great for people who like Eloquence. Another TTS engine I want to mention is Sherpa TTS. Yeah, it's not the most responsive TTS engine. It's not really for daily use, especially if you are a screen reader user. However, it's good. They are trying to make it as a driver for the Piper voices and other models as well. So it's good as an attempt to let those voices work on Android. Yeah, the voices themselves have issues in pronunciation, and the TTS is not that responsive, but it's good to mention this project. If I want to give the crown to an app, actually, the only app that was released other than the Sherpa is Eloquence. So if you want to talk about apps that were released in this year, nothing more. We have only Eloquence. But as I said before, I think that it's better to put efforts and money elsewhere and try to create a TTS engine that should work for all.
You know, there was something you mentioned earlier on, Carrie, even though you're not necessarily an eloquence type of person, but then for me, though, when I look at it, I'm always wanting another eloquence. You and I, eloquence, another TTS rather. You and I are so much into TTS engines, and so the more of this we have, because when I'm looking at this, I'm kind of being taken back to 2012, 2013, when we have a plethora of PTS engines out there. And so I want those days back. I want to see those days when we had so many TTS engines. We got lots and lots of those. You know, Karen remembers, Sally, you guys can remember those days. We had so many of those things, and then each of those ones also had other voice variants and all of that. So I want that to be back again on Android. Sure enough, indeed we do have we want natural voices and all of that. But then just the idea of having these other ones there, the ones that are referred to as the hide my ass type TTS engines. Your nephew wasn't understanding the eloquence, for example. So in his eyes, that could be like a hide my ass TTS engine. So lots of people want that capability whereby they don't want someone to hear what they're doing, for example. I mean, but if you're out in the public, you're probably better off having a headset, but sometimes people don't. And so to have something of this nature like Eloquence or some other unintelligible TTS engines may be the way to go. And like you mentioned, it's good for some of our brethren that are hard of hearing.